My son's teacher mocked his abduction trauma, and the principal backed her up, so I found 17 other victims. Now they're both in prison, and my son helps other PTSD students fight back. 3 weeks after the hearing, I noticed Josh's MIT acceptance letter hadn't arrived. Then Harvard's went missing. Stanford never showed up. The guidance counselor shrugged when I asked about his scholarship applications. Sometimes these things get misplaced, she said, not meeting my eyes. That same week, anonymous complaints started flooding the school board. Concerned citizens wrote about my aggressive behavior and unstable parenting. The letters all had different signatures, but the same phrases, the same accusations. I recognized the writing style immediately. Josh came home one Tuesday with his phone buzzing nonstop. Unknown numbers sent message after message. You destroyed a good teacher. Weak little baby needs mommy to fight his battles. Ms. Poi deserved better than you. I changed his number that night. By Thursday, the messages had found him again. Friday brought a new problem. Josh's transcript showed incomplete credits for courses he'd already passed. The registrar claimed his junior year grades were missing. I drove straight to the district office where a nervous receptionist told me Mark Sullivan would handle transcript issues. The nameplate on his desk made my stomach drop. Sullivan, as in Fitch's brother-in-law Sullivan. I was still processing this connection when my boss Trevor called me into his office Monday morning. Someone had sent anonymous emails about my mental instability and helicopter parenting. Trevor showed me the messages, all from different addresses but written in that same familiar style. I don't believe a word of it, he said, but I thought you should know. That afternoon, I ran into Janet, the school secretary at the grocery store. She looked exhausted, dark circles under her eyes. Mrs. Williams, she whispered, glancing around nervously. I shouldn't say anything, but Mr. Fitch has been making calls, lots of calls, from his personal phone. She hurried away before I could ask more questions. I started documenting everything. Screenshots of Josh's messages, copies of the anonymous complaints, photos of his original transcripts, a timeline of when things went missing. My dining room table became command central, covered in folders and printouts. 2 weeks before graduation, Josh attended the mandatory rehearsal. The vice principal pulled him aside. There's an issue with your credits, she said. You might not be able to walk. I was in the parking lot when Josh texted me, and I turned my car around so fast the tires squealed. The records office was supposed to be closed, but I saw a light on. Through the window, I spotted Kyle Bennett hunched over a computer. Kyle had been Ms. Poi's teaching assistant, one of her favorites. Now he worked part-time in records while finishing his degree. I watched him typing, clicking, changing numbers on what looked like Josh's transcript. I burst through the door. Kyle jumped up, knocking over his coffee. Mrs. Williams, the office is closed. Step away from the computer. I already had my phone recording. Now, his hands shook as he backed away. On the screen, I could see Josh's grades being systematically lowered. Not just Josh's, but names I recognized from my list of 17 families. Emma Stanley, David Kim, all the students who'd testified. He promised me a recommendation letter, Kyle stammered, for graduate school. Mr. Fitch said if I just helped fix the situation, make things right again. He slumped in his chair. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I sent the video to my lawyer before I even left the building. The next morning, Josh woke up to 4 flat tires. Our neighbor's security camera caught a figure in a hoodie slashing them around 3 a.m. The build, the walk, even the way he held the knife looked familiar. Brady Fitch, the principal's nephew, was in Josh's PE class. I'd seen him at school events, always hovering near his uncle. I made a decision. At school pickup, I made sure Josh mentioned loudly to his friends that we were keeping all our evidence in the garage. Mom's got everything documented, he said, just as Brady walked past. Every single piece of proof, all in one place.